So I've gone full streamer mode and wanted to go through and make a video regarding the website and leave some feedback. Just ignore the poofy hair. So first off, the website is much cleaner than our original offering. I do like the layout here on the front. I like the fact that when there's a big difference, scheduling a call is going to be much more attractive to some people than scheduling a demo, quote unquote. It might kind of be the same thing, and maybe we're kind of putting the demo in the onboarding process, so it is a requirement, but just getting people to sign up, they'll be more likely to do it when it's just a call, right? I know as someone who was constantly being pitched something at other jobs, it is much easier to dedicate 30 minutes to a conversation that you could potentially have to step away from if an emergency happens, rather than a demo that feels very almost like it doesn't feel organic in terms of like the initial communication. Automated work order flows, predictive maintenance insights, intelligent vendor dispatch, sustainability, compliance tracking, centralized operations dashboard, revenue and efficiency optimization. Okay. Work orders predict maintenance and optimize costs so that your properties run themselves. So I almost think we don't need this part, because predict maintenance, revenue and efficiency optimizations, optimize costs. So this is kind of a hat on a hat. So I would definitely get rid of this part. Just keep the little tabs here. Move from reactive to autonomous. That's a play on moving from being reactive to being proactive, which is one of the most overused cliches in business. Problem occurs. Limpiar's AI predicts, prevents, and resolves issues automatically, keeping properties optimized, compliant, and profitable without constant oversight. It's a lot of words. Most facilities react after problems occur. Limpiar's AI predicts, prevents, and resolves issues automatically, keeping properties optimized, compliant, and profitable without constant oversight. I would probably rephrase this into most facilities react after problems occur. That's good. Limpiar's AI predicts and prevents is kind of like the same word, right? Like both are a proactive approach. So I would probably say like predicts and resolves issues automatically, leading to higher levels of compliance and profitability. You don't have to put without constant oversight, because that's kind of been done before. By the numbers, okay. Trusted by great companies. Built for every team. We have okay, so we're not going too crazy on the pictures here. Built for every team. Facility manager, property owners, vendors. Perfect. I would put, in addition to vendors, so basically, like, especially in the fitness area, we described a vendor as someone who would show up to the gym and deliver what we needed for our fridges to stock up with protein shakes and pre-workout stuff. A vendor was someone that came and dropped off all of our custodial stuff, so toilet paper, paper towels. A service provider, a technician, was spoken of as someone who's doing physical work. So there just needs to be one more faucet here for not only vendors who deliver goods, but then the people that do the labor would be a fourth nice team to have here. So when I clicked on the GSA here, it actually gave me the case study. I like the confidential waste removal a lot. That is something that can happen. Floor stripping and waxing, quarterly impact. Okay. The one thing that I had an issue with was when I tried to click the LA Fitness one, it told me that I needed access to something. So just making sure that all of the clickable elements in whatever part are easily accessible. So the Pride one works, and the regional property manager one works. So the only one that is broken is the LA Fitness, but it's a good kind of reminder to make sure that every clickable action has something on the back end. Ready to get started. And then see, I like that you can also request a demo, because some people may prefer that. So giving them the option, differentiating it between a call and a demo, kind of relates to people with like different needs or different approaches to things. Features. Oh, wait, what was in products? So it was a Limpiar platform, right? This is slightly different, but says the same thing as the landing page. There's that again. There's this. No, this is a tiny bit different. No, it kind of feels the same as the landing page. Predictive maintenance insight. So it's a little hat on a hat. I almost feel like maybe the landing page is what Limpiar's product is, and then the Limpiar managed services could be a second screen, because this is slightly different. Workflow is nice. Request service, get matched, track results. Why Limpiar? It's a good question. Unlock efficiency, reliability, and peace of mind with our all-in-one management program. A lot of, they're called they're called like triple descriptors, which are basically whenever you have the efficiency, reliability, and peace of mind, or you have like triple descriptors are predicts, prevents, and resolves, optimize, compliant, and profitable. You just can never have according to I think it was like the marketing class, maybe something like that. You could just never have a triple descriptor twice in one sentence. That's why I was kind of here recommending that we pull that back a little bit. Let's go back to the Limpiar managed services. I'm very interested to see where we're pulling these from. I don't think anyone will make us show our work, quote unquote, but that does seem, this seems realistic. It seems high. And I'm just giving this from a perspective of like someone who's like looking at it for the first time or a potential customer. Built for every facility, Limpiar offers full range of consultancy training methods for business consultation. Limpiar offers a full range of I think if you just get rid of consultancy, at least it becomes like a readable sentence. Automation for every industry. Okay, this might be my favorite part of the website. I know during the marketing meeting, Demi, we spoke about speaking directly to a client in a vertical or something like that. Restaurants, front to back of house, simplified. Manage vendors. Let's get some we need capitalization things here. Manage vendors, track repairs, and keep kitchens compliant all in one place. You can almost put like a centralized hub to manage vendors, track repairs, and keep your kitchens compliant. And by putting in like things like you are again trying to ingratiate someone from that like direct sector to sign up or to believe in Limpiar. Healthcare, stay compliant, stay operational. Ensure facilities. Okay, so yeah, all of these are not capitalized after the first sentence, which still needs to be repaired. Stay compliant, stay operational. Ensure facilities meet strict regulations while automating work orders for critical systems. Okay, that doesn't really say anything about the healthcare. It doesn't really relate in the same way that like keeping your kitchen compliant for restaurants or sync with class schedules and automate cleaning maintenance so members never see downtime. That's perfect for a gym and fitness. That speaks exactly to them. Grocery inconvenience, track refrigeration, vendor deliveries, and daily upkeep to prevent disruptions. Great. Deliver flawless guest experience, centralize cleaning, repairs, and vendor tasks to ensure guests always experience excellence and on time. That's the most important part of that. In hospitality and med space, thinking about hotels, everybody is trying to turn something over to get their next guest in by 4 p.m. if you're a hotel. If you're an event space, you're trying to think about, we need everything set up by 8 p.m. so the event manager can come in and start physically setting up for an event that begins at 10. So for hospitality and med space, you could centralize cleaning, repairs, and vendor tasks to ensure guests always experience excellence. There's got to be a way to put time into that. And I do think that you can also, instead of saying cleaning, repairs, and vendor tasks, you can directly relate to what goes into an event space or a hospitality space beforehand, right? So it's always, so cleaning is correct, repairs are correct, and then I can almost say like space preparation, something like that. I think that would speak more directly to the hospitality and med space part. For education, safe, efficient campuses. Keep campuses running with scheduled maintenance, vendor oversight, and safety compliance. Okay, so that's the same thing we had for another one. So for education, you can say keep campuses on par with I don't know, there's got to be something where you're almost slightly playing to the idea that it's higher education, that they're proud of it, and that they should also be proud of, like, be as proud of your campus as you are of your curriculum. Something like that. Like, make your campus as efficient as that curriculum you just rolled out. Something like that. That's great for education. Corporate offices, streamlined workplace ops. Simplify maintenance requests, vendor coordination, and cleaning schedules so employees can focus on productivity. Yeah, I like that. That works. Industrial and warehousing. Reduce downtime, boost output. Stay on top of equipment maintenance, facility upkeep, and safety compliance to keep operations running smoothly. So each ending part, right, like, can focus on productivity, keep operations running smoothly. So members never see down. See, I like the members never see downtime because that's great in gyms. But I feel like the last sentence of corporate offices and industrial and warehousing are not really saying anything. They're words, but they're not really. They're kind of like a filler. So I'd almost like not have it. I'd almost be like industrial and where like reduce downtime, boost output. Stay on top of equipment maintenance, facility upkeep, and safety compliance to keep you on schedule. Boom. Because industrial and warehousing, you're always doing a scheduling. You're always either getting shit out, you're always getting stuff in and out of a warehouse. Or if you have an assembly line, then it's always about being on schedule. Same with the hospitality part. Industries. Let me know if so features, industries. Oh, we went into that. Okay. Resources. Blog and insights. Best commercial building maintenance checklist of 2025. Software. Facility management. Oh, this looks familiar. 5 things to consider when hiring a service provider company as property manager. The business of being a property or facility manager demands putting systems in place and working with people who deliver results. Unfortunately, many property managers hire service provider companies that look good on paper, but ultimately don't perform. Even if the provider has the required skill, miscommunication, poor execution, or mismatched expectations can lead to frustrations, wasted resources, and damaged reputations. Okay, we got some more triple descriptors that. So this is contracts only to regret it later. There are countless service providers out there, all with different. So I like this because it states the problem. I think there's one too many paragraphs associated to the problem. I think you're going to lose someone if they have to read, all of this. So there's probably a way we can combine these 2 paragraphs into something and these 2 to kind of limit it down. And then we don't need the imagine because that just goes back to what we're talking about up here. And then this is the solution. And the solution can be as long as you want. Someone's going to stop reading at the problem. If they can relate to your problem, they'll read whatever they have to do to get the solution. So that's okay. I'm probably not going to go through all of these, but technology and facilities management, what does it do? Facility management is one of the areas where small inefficiencies can quickly lead to large costs. Whether it is frequent maintenance emergencies, high utility bills, or frustrated tenants, many property managers are asking, is investing in technology really worth it? That's a great question. In this article, we explore the benefits, key benefits, real costs, and potential pitfalls. What do we mean by technology and facility management? When we say technology, here are the main categories. Great. Awesome. This needs to be more accessible. This needs to be under... Also, can when I click on this, can the drop down not disappear? Can we have the ability to access the main menu up here when we're here? That needs to be under features. Features needs to have something like that, and it can be features coming to market. It can be something where we're selling its aspirational features technically, but that needs to be like predictive asset monitoring. Reduce downtime, cost savings. It's not really saying anything. Faster resolution consistency, not really saying anything. These are kind of just like marketing keywords. Also, we really need to be careful on the capitalization and the consistency with that. Smart dispatching, performance tracking. That does say something. I like that. Sustainability tracking. Water, waste diversion, eco impact reports. This would definitely help us. I connected you this morning, Demi, with someone who is in the sustainability area. We can definitely make this more applicable and also more detailed and a little less kind of vague, because, you know, recycling and landfill reduction is exactly what someone thinks about when they think about the environment or going green. We need to tell them what they're not thinking about. We need to spark something and say, oh, Limpiar is thinking about things that we're not thinking about. We need to partner with them because they're already handling what we didn't realize was a potential problem or a potential like efficiency. Centralized dashboard. Open tasks, work orders, analytics, and reporting for smarter decisions. That's pretty good too. I like it. A lot of what appears to be AI pictures, a lot like kind of everywhere. It definitely has its value as you're kind of coasting through the website. I don't know that it... Podcast coming soon. Okay. Guides and white papers. Okay, so this is kind of the same thing that we've seen at two other places. Although we have achieving compliance in healthcare, which is different. Automation in retail environments. Okay, so we've gotten a little more nuanced in the verbiage attaining to it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of just the same thing that we see. You know, there's a lot of these quick, like almost small. I love this. This is the best part of the website. This is from my perspective. Webinars and events. Know what it might be. Okay, and a lot more AI photos. So what was that? So the help center is, okay. This could probably be combined with about, right? About could be like redefining property operations, our core values, and then maybe something at the bottom for help, but maybe I'm wrong. So is this to come work for Limpiar, like me work for Limpiar, or is this vendor? It's a little, because at times we are saying that we are looking to bring vendors in and make new relationships. So it's a little confusing if this is for a full-time job or an internship or something. Like, this would need to say, like, join us in redefining property operations. Before you have why work at Limpiar, you have to have like the classifications of what you could have, right? So are you looking for a college internship? Are you looking for a remote work from home job that is in sales, that is 100% commission based? Like, what are we offering? So it's a bit less confusing. Lots more photos. Redefining property operations. Okay. Our core values: collaboration, entrepreneurship, bias for action, and grit. I think you expound on these two. If you keep these, they just have to say more. You just need to speak a little bit more. Like, we think like owners. Every decision we make is guided by innovation, resourcefulness, and a commitment to delivering smarter, more sustainable solutions. This feeds into this. We are collaborative because we are, entrepreneurship and opportunity and team building and everything that goes together with this is part of collaboration. So I don't know if this becomes like our core value, because one core value, like, there's diminishing returns on core values, right? So if you have 4, okay, like, you could say it's the core 4, but grit doesn't really say anything, whereas collaboration and entrepreneurship speak volumes. And bias for action is just kind of feels like business speak. Redefining property operations for people and communities. We started Limpiar with one mission: to simplify property operations while creating real impact for the people behind the work. From facilities managers to service providers, we believe the technology should empower teams, reduce barriers, and unlock opportunities. Properties today are complex. Juggling vendors, reducing costs, and keeping operations running smoothly can feel like an uphill battle. Limpiar was built to change that. Our platform turns building as a self-operating ecosystems, from automating work orders to predicting maintenance and simplifying vendor management. We help you save time, cut costs, and stay ahead of problems before they happen. But what drives us isn't just technology, it's people. We're committed to giving managers the visibility they need, vendors the opportunities to grow, and owners the confidence that their properties are performing their best. Okay, this is one of the best written things on the website. This needs to be on the front. This needs to be here. Because you already have the by the numbers here. So you can get rid of the by the numbers on this layout here because it's appearing twice in the order of clicks, right? When web developers talk about like you go left to right, you're going to see that same thing on the home page, and then you're going to say the same thing in product. So I really truly feel like this says a lot. This talks about cost efficiency. This talks about that it's more than technology, it's people, it's team building, it's relationship building, it's collaboration. Giving we're committed to giving managers the visibility they need, vendors the opportunity to grow, and owners the confidence that their properties are performing at their best. That's saying something, right? And then our promise. Our promise needs to be on the front. And then obviously highlighting our founder and chief everything officer. I think that's everything. I think service network is this does seem like this is only the vendors that are testifying, whereas I would want someone. Oh, well, this is on that side. Also, how do I keep getting to Limpiador? Oh, Limpiador, it links. So when I click service network, it goes to Limpiador. Can we please just make this the right name? And then when they go into that, then they end up at a separate website that they can now look around that looks really bad. So is this just the vendor part of it? Because the previous website had some sex appeal. This has okay, that doesn't even go anywhere. About us. Okay, so I really wish that this didn't lead out, because now like getting back is even, yeah. So I just wish that the service network pointed to somewhere that doesn't give you a separate website. Like it needs to be in the same directory. Like it needs to lead with the same UI, the same, like everything has to be streamlined and uniformed across. Like you can't, unless they're going into a different product, like they are going into the service network, but the service network is under the umbrella of Limpiar, so it shouldn't be redirecting to somewhere else. And then I love the login page right here. This was a huge thing, was just being able to have the ability to log in directly from the main website. I hope this wasn't too long, but I wanted to kind of provide feedback on the website, and hopefully please share this with anyone you would like. And hopefully some of this was helpful. So thank you.